Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Hey, good morning, good morning. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hey, Ms. Richardson. As you guys tune in, please share this around on your page. If you have a group, begin to share it there as well. This is Jasmine Millhouse, yours truly, Life Tips by Jazz. Hey, Miss Kieta. Hi, Mrs. Trice. How are you? Good Saturday morning to everyone. Welcome to our new season of Life Tips Saturdays with yours truly, Jasmine Millhouse. Begin to share as you come in. Share, share, share. Hey, Miss Queen Jules, how are you doing? So while you guys are sharing, I'm going to be sharing as well because I do have a couple groups that I want to share this with. How is everyone doing this weekend? I hope everyone is having a great Saturday. As you tune in, drop your name below, share, tag, and invite your friends on the live this Saturday. Today, we're going to be talking about if loving you is wrong, who cares? Right? How to tackle the self-inflicted wounds of learning how to love yourself. Today, we're going to be talking about if loving you is wrong, then who cares? How to tackle your self inflicted wounds. So, as you come in, begin to share, 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 share. Hey, Nadia. Hey, Rashina. Hey, Katrina. How are you ladies doing this morning? Miss Katrina, girl, welcome, welcome. That's from the bottom of my heart. Welcome. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you have not shared it, begin to share this on your page. Begin to share this in your groups. Today we're going to be discussing if loving you is wrong, then who cares? I am yours truly, Jasmine Millhouse, transformational life coach, and the creator and founder of the Purpose to Fly system, where I help women build their self confidence, their self esteem by going after the life of their dreams without ever having to seek the approval of anyone, right? So I know that is like a loaded thing, but it is so possible for you to go after the life of your dreams without ever having to seek anyone's approval, just to be you. So thank you all. So hey, Miss Takia. Hey, Nefertari. Hey, ladies. How are y'all doing on this wonderful, wonderful Saturday? Y'all, I know South Georgia, Hurricane Michael came through here and tore it upside down. But I'm just so grateful that, everyone was safe. Even though you lost it was a lot of material lost. Not a lot of lives were lost in this tragic hurricane, and I'm just so thankful that people have the opportunity to rebuild and to get everything that they lost. I hope and pray that everyone is positioned to be in a better predicament that they were in when they went through the storm, and I know that God kept you all covered and safe. But today we're going to be tackling how, if loving you is wrong, then who cares? How to tackle the self inflicted wounds. And I know you're probably thinking, but the way I come up with my top, because I used to be that person, and maybe you even be that, you may be that person right now where you're sitting and you're saying to yourself, you doubt every move that you make. Your confidence is not there. You don't know how to love yourself. You hate everything that you do. You hate everything about you. You hate the way you look. You hate the way you walk. You hate the way you talk. You've been through so much in your life. You've dealt with so much. You don't know how to release. You don't know how to forgive. You don't know how to forgive others. But today we're going to be tackling how to forgive yourself, how to build your self-confidence, how to gain love within you, and how to learn how to just be you unapologetically, who you were meant to be, who you were born to be. All right. So if you have not begun to share this on your page, tag someone below that may need to hear this message on this morning. I know it's Saturday. I know it's college game day. I know we got so much going on, but you can never have you can always take enough time just to rebuild yourself and gain more knowledge into your life, into your mindset in order to grow into who you're meant to be, right? So if you have not, share. I can't say this enough. I'm sharing as you guys are sharing as well, because this message is going to be for so many people. There are a lot of people that are hurting that need to learn and know that you can love yourself, you can have self-confidence, and you can forgive, right? So we're going to get tackled into this. The number one thing that so many people, as that many women in particular, suffer with is self-doubt. Self-doubt. And I looked up self-doubt. Self-doubt is the lack of confidence in oneself and the lack of faith in oneself, right? I remember a time in my life where I joined this network marketing company. I was fresh on my own. I was in single mom status. I had 2 children. I was 25 years old. And I was, just going through life. I didn't have any confidence. I didn't have any, I felt nothing about myself. I had been through so much. I had suffered through so much. And I just dealt with so much. And I just was like, nothing will ever work for me. I don't understand how. I can't. Nothing will ever work. I didn't have any confidence in myself. I didn't believe in who I was. I felt claustrophobic. I felt like everything in me had just been swept away. And I didn't belong to anything. I didn't belong to anybody. I was just me. I was a mom. I was the super mom. I was just me. I was just Jasmine. But I didn't know who Jasmine was. I didn't have any confidence in who she was. I didn't have any trust and faith in who she was. I didn't love who she was. I had not forgiven myself for the things that I let hinder me and hold me down. I didn't have any confidence. And I had self-doubt. I joined this network marketing company, where they tell you, you get 2 and you get 2 and you get 2 and everybody gonna be a millionaire, right? I was like, okay, I don't know what these people are doing. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what kind of grass they're on or what kind of whatever they're doing, but is no way in the world that I'm going to be able to do that. Now, I had all the evidence in front of me. If you work hard, you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. If you work hard, you can get anything that you want possible in your life. I had all the evidence in front of me. My mentor in the group, in the company, he was in the top 5% of the company. And I watched him move. I watched him work. I watched him operate. Even my husband, before we got married, he was in the top 10%. So I was able to see the magnificent changes in people. I was able to see that it was possible to get it. It was so many influential women that was in this company. Katrina Williams, she's on here. She was she was one of the influential women that I saw. I watched Rashina Henry. She was one of the influential women that I was, that I follow. And I'm just like, I have it in my face. I see that it's tangible. I can put my hands on it. I can sit and listen and look and watch what they do, but I don't have enough confidence within myself. I doubt who I am. I don't believe in me. I did it. Have you ever been in a position to where you were in something, or you felt like you wanted to do something, or you felt like you wanted to sing, or you felt like you wanted to cook, or you wanted to publish a book, but you doubted every step that you took. You doubted every thought that you had. You say, I can't do that. I know I can't do it. Who's going to listen to me? Have you ever said that to yourself? Who is going to pay me some attention? you got people like Lisa Nichols and Danny Johnson, or you got people like Bob Proctor and Jim Ron and TD Jakes and John Gray and all the powerful people that are in a position that you want to be in, to where you look so small upon yourself that you don't even have the confidence enough to know that you can achieve the same thing. Have you ever been in that position to where your confidence was just lost? Just lost. Have you ever been in that situation to where you knew you wanted to do something, but you just said, I can't even do that. I'm not going to even waste my time. I'm not going to even attempt to do it. You had self-doubt every step of the way in you doing something. And you even stop yourself. You allowed your doubt to stop you from doing what you really wanted to do. And not only that, that brings me to my second thing when it comes to the self-inflicted wounds. The self-inflicted wounds, the second thing that I was able to think of was self-hatred. Self-hatred. You hated yourself so much, and you would wake up and say, why am I still even here? What is the purpose of my life? Why am I living? Why am I still breathing? Have you ever felt that, where you just wake up and wish you hadn't? Have you ever just looked at yourself and say, you don't deserve to be here? You don't, you got all these kids. You have no money. You've been working the same job. You have no goals. You have no value. You have no morals. You have no standards. I don't even understand why you're still here anyway. Have you ever told yourself that? Have you ever felt that about yourself? Have you ever hated yourself so much that nothing that you did was ever right? You even beat other people to the punch. You even beat other people to hating you so much. You even beat other people to ridiculing you, to where you stood in the mirror and you ridiculed yourself. You talked about yourself to yourself. You're standing in the mirror talking to yourself, saying, you disgust me. I hate you. You're fat. You're ugly. You don't look good. I just hate you. Have you ever stood in front of a mirror, in your car, in the shower, outside, wherever, and just said, I hate you? But you were talking to yourself. The self-inflicted wound of self-hatred. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about, if loving you is wrong, then who cares? So if you haven't, I hope you shared this already. I hope you tag someone below, because today we're going to be getting rid of the self-doubt. We're going to be getting rid of the self-hatred. And the next thing we're going to learn how to do, we're going to get rid of not forgiving who you are, not forgiving yourself for the things that you've done, not forgiving yourself for the mistakes that you've made. We've already talked about self-doubt. When you doubt who you are, you question every step that you take. You want to host this big conference. You want to be this speaker. You want to be an author, or you want to be a great dad, or you want to be a great mom, but you doubt every single step that you take. And then not only that, it turns into self-hatred. When you doubt yourself, you begin to hate yourself. Hey, Miss Darlene, thank you so much for joining. When you begin to doubt yourself, you begin to hate yourself, because you always feel like a failure. You always feel like nothing can ever go right in your life. You always feel like nothing that you touch is going to achieve anything. Nothing that you put your mind to is going to help anybody. You feel like you are so worthless that you can never help anyone. Well, I'm here to let you know today we're going to be tackling that self-doubt. We're going to be tackling that self-love. I'm not going to only point out the painful part of your life. I'm going to point at how you can change it, how you can fix it, how you can mold to be better. Don't wake up every day wishing you didn't wake up. Don't wake up every day looking at yourself I hate myself. Don't wake up thinking the worst thing in your life. Don't focus on that. And not only that, don't focus on not being able to forgive yourself. I remember a point in my life where I was a mom of two, and I had done so much. I felt like I was a complete failure. I felt like everything in my life that ever happened to me was my fault. I felt like every failure, every ridicule, everything that had ever happened to me, I felt like it was all my fault. I felt like nothing in my life could go right if it was left up to me. I felt like I was a failure as a mom. I felt a failure as a woman. I felt like a failure as a wife because I was divorced. It was supposed to last. That's what they say, right? I was supposed to be a good mom, but I had to send one of my children away. I was supposed to be a good employee, but I couldn't even do that right. I didn't know how to do business. I didn't follow the rules of the business. I didn't duplicate, as they say in network marketing, what my mentor was telling me to do. I cried, woe is me, for so long that I doubted every step I took. I hated who I was. And I was filled with so much unforgiveness towards me that it kept me hindered from being who I'm really supposed to be. And that's what I teach in my Purpose to Fly system. It is learning how to forgive yourself. There's a step in my program that's called the self-love check, where I teach you how to acknowledge where you are right now. Look at where you are right now instead of harboring on the past and what it was. Because you have to learn that your past made you who you are. Your past, it taught you and it helped you build your foundation. It helped you create who you are. And that is what I teach in the self-love. That's the self-love check. Because you have to understand, you have to check who you are sometimes. You have to say, okay, I'm not that bad. I have a roof over my head. I have clothes on my back. Man, I have a whole lot of food to eat. But I am who I am, right? And that's what you have to sometimes take a step back and look at yourself and say, it's not as bad as I think it is. I'm not worse off like I think I am. I'm actually in a pretty good situation. I'm actually in a pretty good predicament. It could be a whole lot worse. As a matter of fact, it used to be a whole lot worse. But guess what? I made it. You made it. You made it out of that situation. You made it from that predicament. You molded your life into what it's supposed to be. And guess what? Every day is a continuous, I can't call it a battle because life is not a battle. And if it is a battle, it's not your battle. You make it a battle. You turn your life into a battle. We turn our lives into a battlefield. We make our lives out to be World War I, World War II, and whatever war is going to be coming up. You turn your life into the Desert Storm. That's what you do. That's not what your life is meant to be. You're not meant to walk around here with self-doubt, self-hatred, not knowing how to forgive. That's not what your life is meant to be about. So now, how do you learn how to love you? How do you get to the point to where you say, well, if loving me is wrong, then who cares? How do you get to that point? I can't even say it's easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. So if you're willing to do the work in order to learn how to love you, let me know in the comments. Say, I'm ready. I'm tired, whatever you feel, just drop a heart or just say, I'm ready. If you're ready to learn how to go from self doubt, self hatred, and not knowing how to forgive, drop in the comments and say, I'm ready. I'm not going to give you these tips until somebody say I'm ready. So go ahead and put in the comments that I am ready. And while you're typing I'm ready, don't forget to share if you have not shared. Share this on your page and tag someone tag someone that needs to know that they can love themselves the right way. Tag someone that needs to know that you matter. Let them know that they matter, because there is so many people that are in a position that need to know, that want to know, that crave to know how to love themselves, right? So my first step in learning how to get rid of self-doubt is to increase your self-confidence. 40% of self-doubt comes from something somebody else is telling you that you can't do. Do you know that? When someone looks at you and says, I don't believe in you, I don't think you can do that, I think you are a failure, or I think you are a scam. When someone looks at you and says that, do you know that 40% of your self-doubt comes from something that somebody else told you and you believed it and you took what they said to heart? Just because someone does not believe enough within themselves does not mean that you have to take their lack of belief and apply it to your life. Just because someone thinks you are a failure or something that you does doesn't make any sense, or something that you does is not going to achieve, you're not going to achieve anything. Just because someone thinks that your whole life is a screw up does not mean you have to make yourself to be a screw up. Does not mean that you have to release whatever you want in your life. Does not mean that you have to stop your purpose. Do not stop your purpose based on the lack of belief of what somebody else is feeling about your life. Because at the end of the day, it is your life. It is what you want to do. It is not meant for someone else. You great. Yeah, it feels good when you have somebody believe in you. Yeah, it feels lovely and wonderful to say, man, I got a support system. You know, they believe in me. They got my back. They understand how I feel. They rock with me, whatever you want to call it. But it's not up to someone else to put belief inside of yourself. Just because someone thinks you're a failure does not make them right. It only makes them right when you believe what they say, when you believe how they feel, when you grasp onto what their belief is. That's when you turn into a failure. That's when your belief just drops. That's when your self-doubt comes in. That's when you lose confidence, because it's not up to them for you to live your life. It's not up to them for you to be who you were supposed to be. It's not up to them because you were not born with them. You were born with yourself. So take that 40% of what somebody else does not believe inside of you and apply that same 40% to your life, because that 40% is going to get you to the next level of your life. That 40% of self-doubt from someone else is going to get you to where you're supposed to be for you. So take the self-doubt of others, crunch it up, chew it out, grill it, and eat it, and spit it out. Because as long as you believe in yourself, as long as you know who you are, who you're supposed to be, then that self-doubt turns into self-confidence. Tell yourself every single day. I have a worksheet in my program where I give a daily affirmations, and you have to say these daily affirmations every single day. If you don't have these daily affirmations, then we will help you create some, because you have to learn how to speak positivity into your life, because there is always someone lurking in the woods, or matter of fact, smiling in your face, that is looking for you to fail. Looking for you to fail. And not only that, stop trying to always prove somebody wrong. You can't live your life trying to prove somebody wrong, because the more you live your life trying to prove them wrong, it's like you're living your life to make somebody else happy, or you're living your life to say, well, they said I can't do this. Okay, prove you wrong. Do you feel like you can't do it? Do you have lack of confidence in yourself? Do you lack doubt? Do you lack who you are? So you walk so because they said you can't, you gonna, oh, okay, I'm gonna show them. And that's gonna do what? You're gonna be running a rat race trying to please somebody else that does not care about you anyway. Because if they cared, they never would feel that you will never achieve anything. If they cared, they never would say, oh, you can't do that. If they cared, they would never say, oh, I don't know, everything you touch is gonna crap. It's gonna go to crap. Everything that you think about is gonna crumble. So don't allow your life to be the rat race of proving what somebody else has no doubt in their mind that you could do anyway. Not only that, that brings me to my second point. If you have self-hatred, let's learn how to develop internal love inside of you. Because, truth be told, you were born to be you. You have one life to live. Just get that clear and understood. One life. That's it. One. It's not a do-over. When this is it, that's it. And that's that. If you spend your life hating who you are, your purpose is in vain. If you spend your life not knowing the power of love that sits inside of you for yourself, because let me let you know, everything that you need for your life is already inside of you. I just want you to know that everything that you need is already deeply embedded inside of you. You don't have to go seeking for it from somewhere else. You know, some people, they say they get in relationships and they say, you complete me. You're complete when you get here. I just need you to understand that. You are a whole entire puzzle that's already been put together when you get here. Okay? Everything that's inside of you is what you need for your life. Everyone was born full of what they needed. Did nobody have to come in here and pour anything into you? Granted, yeah, it's nice for you to be, to get motivation and to get inspiration. But everything that you hear from someone else, you already can say the same thing to yourself. All right? So learning how to love who you are is simple. It takes practice and it takes a little work. But you can go from self-hatred to self-love. 21, they say 21 days to break a habit, right? It takes 21 days to break a habit. So if you practice positivity for 21 days, you will have so much joy and love inside of you. You won't have to worry about your mood switching from point A to point B. You don't have to worry about walking around negative with an attitude just because the sun came out. You want to be mad and you want to be pissed off and upset. You don't have to do that. You don't have to live your life, walking on eggshells, wondering when is your next smile gonna come. Create your own smile. Create your own level of love. Create your own level of care. Do something nice for yourself. Even if it's, to all my ladies, even if it's a pack of earrings or a nice shirt or a nice pair of pants, or you go get your eyebrows done or you go get your nails done, learn how to treat yourself. Take care of yourself. Love yourself the proper way. And to all my fellas, if you want to go get you a nice little lineup or get you a nice little pair of shoes, or even if you want to go shop, buy yourself a nice little shirt or buy yourself some nice jeans or something, or go out, you don't have to spend money to do anything to love yourself. You don't have to, and that's something else that I want to let you know. Stop thinking that you have to spend money in order to do something, or in order to have fun, or in order to enjoy your life. Money is not everything. Granted, it is very important, but in order to be happy in life, it don't always take money. You can go ride a bike. You can go on a picnic with the food you already have in your house. If you have sandwiches, you can take you some sandwiches and some chips. Or if you just want to go to, just when the night falls, if you're in a big city and you want to go walk downtown to just look at the skylight, or to go to the rooftop somewhere just to look over the city, do something nice for yourself. Learn how to enjoy yourself. Sometimes you have to take a sacrifice and say, okay, I'll need to do this, or I might want to do this, but this is what I'm going to do for me. I'm going to treat myself to a nice pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks that's going to cost me $5.20 for a venti. If you are my Starbucks lovers, you know how much a venti costs. So if you're going to do, even if it's that once a week or twice a month, do something nice for yourself, right? And that brings me to my third point. In doing something nice for yourself, learn how to forgive yourself. Learn how important it is to forgive anything that you've done, any mistakes that you've made, grudges you've held, anything that you can think of and say, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for eating my way to this size. I forgive myself to working out so much that now I'm just physically uncomfortable. You can be physically uncomfortable from working out too much. You walk around all bulked up and you can't move. It is a level of doing too much. I forgive myself for holding grudges against people that did something to me. I forgive myself for spending my money in a bad way. I forgive myself for not being on a budget. I forgive myself for not believing in who I am. I forgive myself for not understanding my purpose. I forgive myself for not loving the woman that I am. I forgive myself for not loving the man that I am. I forgive myself for holding grudges against my mom because she wasn't there like I felt she should have been. I forgive myself for my dad not being there the way I wanted him to be. Anything that you can think of, because so many people walk around with grudges, hatred, just so much turmoil inside of them that they always think someone is out to get them. They always think, they have to walk around with an attitude. They have to walk around like with a chip on their shoulder. They have to walk around like the world it's just them against the world. You don't have to walk around like it's you against the world, because guess what? It's not you against the world. It's you against yourself. That's what you're doing. You're fighting a battle against yourself because you're walking around here. You hadn't forgiven yourself. You haven't forgiven other people. You hate who you are. You doubt who you are. You have no confidence. Your self-esteem is shot. You walk around here like it's you against the world, like everyone is attacking you. No one is attacking you. And if they are attacking you, move. Dodge. Do you know you don't have to hold a bullet that somebody shot at you your whole life? You know that, right? Do you know that you don't have to take the shot that somebody sent your way your whole life? Just because someone said that you're not going to do something don't mean you got to hold that your whole life. Just because someone said you're a failure doesn't mean you have to be a failure your whole life. Just because you felt like a failure doesn't mean you have to be a failure your whole life. You have to learn the value of self-confidence, self-love, and forgiveness. And the main one is forgiveness. When you learn how to forgive, it opens so many doors in your life. It lays the foundation for so many things, so many possibilities, so many opportunities, so many new people, and it's okay to release your what they say, your A1s for your day ones, because sometimes your A1s and your day ones, they keep you stuck where you are. Sometimes the people that you cry to the most are the same people that love where you are, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is they love who you are because They know that you're going to stay right where you are. You're not going to grow. You're not going to prosper. You're going to always be in the same situation with them. Sitting down here, stuck, unhappy, miserable, and just downright angry. You have people that love to see you in that situation. You have people that feed off on your miserable situations. You have people that feed on you not loving yourself. People feed on you being just stuck in the same situation that you've been in for the last 3 years. And if you look back over your life, if you're still in the same position that you were in 3 years ago, then we need to learn how to evaluate the importance of change. We need to learn how to evaluate the importance of letting go, the importance of growth, the importance of evolving, the importance of evaporating the self-doubt, evaporating the self-hatred, and growing from being unforgiving, right? We have to learn how to let that go. We have to learn how to grow from where we used to be to where we're supposed to be, all right? And for me, in my life, I can remember a time where, even before I was an adult, 17 years old, pregnant with my daughter, not knowing what in the world I was going to be doing, who I was supposed to be, what my purpose was. I didn't know any of that. I didn't have no confidence in being a mom. I didn't have no love inside of me for myself. The only thing I knew was I knew I had a daughter. She was looking at me to be her role model. She was looking at me to be her keeper. She was looking at me to be her foundation. And I couldn't fail. Sometimes you have to look at a situation and a change in your life and recognize the growth moment and recognize the growth point. And you have to mature to the next level, because every situation is not the same. Every journey in life is not the same. My life is not your life. We may have some similar parts, but my journey is my journey. Your journey is your journey. And my Purpose to Fly system, I teach you to acknowledge. The first step in my Purpose to Fly system is acknowledge your now. Because you have to learn how to acknowledge where you are right now at this moment in order to understand the journey you're going to have to take to get to where you're supposed to be. Your purpose to fly is of major importance, because when you understand your purpose to fly, your purpose can be a blessing to somebody else. And if you are looking to fly, I want you to book your Purpose to Fly clarity session with me. I'm going to put my calendar in the comments for you to book your appointment for scheduling a Purpose to Fly clarity session. It's 100% free, because we have to understand the power of who we are. We have to understand the power of our purpose, because if you don't understand the power of your purpose, then you don't understand the power of yourself. And every individual that's watching me, that is within the sound of my voice, even if you're watching the replay, you have a purpose. You have a priority in order to be a blessing to somebody else. So if you will, book your Purpose to Fly clarity session with me. The comment is going to be in the comments. Thank you all so much for tuning in with me on this Saturday. I hope you learn that if loving you is wrong, then who cares? Because you have to learn how to love you. You have to learn the importance of loving you. because you only get one you. And when you mistreat you, you open the door for everybody else to do the same thing. So you have no room to get mad. You have no room to be upset. You have no room to be pissed off. Because if you don't understand how to love yourself, if you don't understand your purpose of who you are supposed to be, you give everybody else the master key to bring turmoil into your life. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I'm yours truly, Jasmine Millhouse, with your Life Tip Saturday. Y'all have a good one. And if loving you is wrong, then who cares? Have a good day on purpose, because you absolutely deserve it. Bye.